Hey everybody, Joe Diano here, aka Twisted Gemini, and welcome to the first of two back-to-back episodes of Twisted Gemini TV. And this first episode is going to be about Matt and Jeff Hardy and Impact Wrestling. Now, for those of you that might not know, Impact Wrestling used to be called TNA. It was owned at one point by Dixie Carter and her family's company, and a company named Anthem bought the company from her, changed the name to Impact, basically after their wrestling show, which is on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. on Pop TV. Shameless plug. In the process of Anthem taking over, several superstars have left the company. Drew Galloway, Mike and Maria Bennett, Jade, aka Mia Yim, and also Matt and Jeff Hardy. Now, following the departure of the Hardys, a major ordeal has gone down, folks. What had happened was basically Anthem Sports believes that they own the rights to the Broken gimmick. Now, for those of you that don't know, Matt Hardy calls himself Broken Matt, and his brother Nero. Impact Wrestling, they own the rights to that, so they basically threatened to sue them. Matt and Jeff Hardy signed a lucrative, apparently short-term deal with Ring of Honor. Anthem basically sent out a cease and desist order to the Hardys to not use the Broken Hardys gimmick in Ring of Honor. Now, from what I've heard, Matt and Jeff Hardy don't do the Broken gimmick there anymore. They did it like maybe once or twice, and since then they haven't. Which leads me into the fact that Anthem is also trying to get a percentage out of merchandising that the Hardys have. Now, whether it be from Matt Hardy's personal merchandise website or from anybody else, like say Pro Wrestling Tees, that might make merchandise for the Hardys, Anthem wants a percentage of that. And for me, here's the thing. It's not really about the whole Hardys versus Anthem thing for me. For me, Anthem coming in and purchasing TNA was about them trying to, A, clean up the messes that Dixie Carter made. No disrespect intended to Dixie. And taking Impact Wrestling to the future and beyond. For me, this whole lawsuit thing is basically taking Impact Wrestling a step backwards instead of forwards. Because Dixie Carter was getting sued over money owed. And that was in the press, that was on social media, and now so is this. And like I said, for me, it's like, don't you folks at Anthem realize that you're taking your company and your locker rooms a step backwards? Because in all sincerity, what this does, much like the Dixie Carter lawsuit, ladies and gentlemen, is it focuses attention on the wrong things. Because are people talking about Impact Wrestling now? Yes, they are. But a majority of the talk is about this thing between Anthem and the Hardys. Because basically, like I said, Anthem feels like the Broken gimmick was created under TNA's umbrella, so therefore Matt and Jeff Hardy shouldn't use it. Matt Hardy, his wife Rebby, Jeff, they feel like Matt was the one that created it, not TNA, so it's theirs. My opinion, Anthem needs to let this thing go. Let the Hardys go about their way. Let the Hardys do whatever it is that they want to do. Focus on your locker room. Focus on getting Impact back to where it should be. Because see, I've been watching Impact Wrestling for a number of years. Back before they had the Pop TV deal, back before they had the Spike TV deal, back when it was NWA, TNA. Back when there was an NWA champion as the company's main title. I've been to over a dozen shows, multiple TV tapings. I've been to several live events. I'm a longtime TNA fan, and I'm going to stay a longtime TNA fan because now, thanks to TNA, now Impact Wrestling, there's competition. It's not just WWE. And like I said, I'm not going anywhere. And for me, they're taking the spotlight off of where it should be. It should be on the company. It should be on their locker rooms, the men and the women. Yes, sure, they did lose a lot of talent. I believe in total 6. But they're constantly bringing new people in, which is a good thing. Focus where it should be focused. Focus on the wrestling, the locker rooms, giving the fans their money. The fans that support the locker room, that support EC3 and support Jeff Jarrett coming back, and Cowboy James Storm, Decay, the list goes on and on and on of all the talent that they got there in that locker room. Put the support and the focus where it should be. Let the Hardys go about their business. You don't need a percentage of sales of their merchandise. And granted, Matt's wife, Rebby, she was running the Matt Hardy's website for the merchandising sales. They're closing it down, probably temporarily, I'm not sure, because Rebby is pregnant. She's having their second child, so she needs to focus on that. So, which brings me also to a point of the fact that they're basically fighting with a pregnant woman. Because Rebby Hardy is on social media. She's fighting for her family. She's fighting for what's right for her family, what's wrong from Anthem. You know what I mean? So, Anthem, just let it go. Go about your business. Let them go about theirs. Part ways. That's it. The bridge is burned. I'm sure the Hardys and Rebby are never going to want to come back to TNA ever again. And you guys notice I keep saying TNA because I'm used to saying TNA. I know it's Impact, so forgive me. They're never going to come back to Impact. The bridge is burned, blown the fuck up, however you want to put it. It's done. Move on. Do what's right for the people in your locker room. I mean, Jeff Jarrett was brought in to oversee things. Dutch Mantell, Scott D'Amore, Bruce Pritchard, all these people, they were brought in to help Impact Wrestling go to the future, to stay open, stay on TV, all this. Focus on what's important. Anthem, focus on what's important. Don't take 3 steps forward to only take 10 back because of your arrogance and your ego and what you think you're entitled to. Your locker room doesn't deserve that. The TNA knockouts, the men, they don't deserve that. They deserve to have a company that's going to push them, have the spotlight on them where it should be, not on people that aren't in the company anymore. And the saddest thing of all, ladies and gentlemen, this whole Anthem thing, it's only about the Hardys. It's not about anybody else. They're not trying to sue Drew Galloway. They're not putting a cease and desist order on Mike Bennett and Maria. They're not trying to shut up Jade, Mia Yim. No, it's just about the Hardys. So Anthem, Jeff Jarrett, leave the Hardys alone. Focus where you need to focus. On your locker room, on your company. That's what's important. Well, that's all the time for episode 1 of Twisted Gemini TV. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 2 coming up shortly. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.